Greetings, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of Jim Pearson Photography's Saturday edited videos. This week I'm starting out a new technique where I'm going to talk to you trackside as I'm waiting on trains and get set up for trains and so forth. Currently we're at the hospital crossing in downtown Madisonville, Kentucky. And we've got a CSX M513 that's heading towards us. And I'll be combining this video along with a lot of others that I'll shoot up and down the Henderson Subdivision and tell you about each location a little bit and so forth. But this is just a little bit south of a location known as Trident on the Henderson Subdivision. It's where the CSX Morganfield branch crosses over to the MH&E branch that goes through Atkinson Yards here at Madisonville. Both of these branches are not really used much these days, but they're still active. And although they don't use them a lot, they do store cars on them. Anyway, sit back and enjoy today's Saturday edited video. Well, folks, now we're looking at the location I was talking about earlier. This is Trident, and we're looking towards the east into Atkinson Yards here at Madisonville, Kentucky. The line coming towards us from this view is the Morganfield branch. The Morganfield branch was pretty much shut down for the most part whenever they closed the last mine that was operating down around Dixon, Kentucky in Webster County. Now it's used mostly for storage track. At least probably about out to about maybe 2 or 3 miles away, and then 2 or 3 miles out you'll find the track that cuts off and goes to Warrior Coal Mine, which they still use. And then they also go out to Fortner Gas with the local every day. Anyway, here comes our train, so we're going to kind of keep quiet for a little while and let you enjoy the sounds of the trains. I will mention that the audio is coming from the crossing down here, and obviously not from the drone. CSX 270 is leading the train today. In this view, we're looking south on the Henderson Subdivision from Trident as the CSX M513 makes its way down the Henderson Subdivision to Nashville, Tennessee. This train runs between Nashville, Tennessee and Chicago. Well, actually it originates in comes out of Chicago and goes to Nashville, where it terminates. And its counterpart, M512, runs between Radnor Yard in Nashville and on down to, or on up to Chicago, Illinois. Standing by my car down there on the right. As we slowly follow the train as it heads south. That overpass you see there is Highway 41 on North Main Street. It has sidewalks on one side, which is a pretty good vantage point for shooting from as well. I typically walk every morning about 4 miles, and my walk takes me over that bridge most mornings, Monday through Friday. And that's why you've seen photos of, or videos and photos probably from that spot over the years. Train slowing down as it goes through downtown Madisonville. Alright folks, there you have it. CSX M513 as it heads southbound on the CSX Henderson Subdivision. Enjoy the rest of this week's Saturday edited video. Well, folks, here we are at Morton's Gap, Kentucky. I'm on the Highway 41 overpass just outside of town here. And we got an IO-25 coming north, or I'm sorry, IO-25 coming south here on the Henderson Subdivision. Hopefully the traffic on the bridge here will be at a minimum to where we can get some good sound from the train as it comes around the curve and heads under the overpass here. Blowing the crossing downtown. Morton's Gap is a good spot to rail fan because you'll catch every train on the Henderson Subdivision that comes through here. There's a cutoff at Morton's Gap. It's called Morton's Junction, and it takes trains around downtown Arlington and Madisonville. But if you're here at Morton's Gap, you can catch those trains even if they go on the cutoff. So it's a good spot to rail fan. We're going to jump over to the other side here and give you a different view. Now that there's no traffic, there's a sidewalk on both sides of this bridge. So it makes for a pretty good spot. Now we're looking south. But obviously the northbound view is a better view from this point. our next video, we've got a M517 just coming off the cutoff here at Morton's Gap, Kentucky, as it heads south on the CSX Henderson Subdivision. It could be a 217 as well. He's been kind of calling both, but it looks like it's all auto racks. If it's all auto racks, it's probably an M217. Pretty sure it's an M217 here. Yep, that's what it is. M217 auto rack train, southbound on the CSX Henderson Subdivision in Morton Gap, Kentucky. Coming off the cutoff. The cutoff is the track that runs around the cities of Burlington, Kentucky and Madisonville, Kentucky, and allows the dispatcher to run opposing trains past each other. Folks, M217 southbound from Morton's Gap, Kentucky on the CSX Henderson Subdivision. Greetings, folks. Here we are at Nortonville, Kentucky at the S-curve. We got a M513, at least that's what he's calling. I'm thinking it might be an X513 that's headed our way here. Stay tuned and we'll get him coming south. He's on track 1 here at Nortonville. I'm thinking he's kind of short, so he may actually be an X513 because I'd already heard one X513 coming south today on the Henderson Subdivision. We're at the New Salem Loop or Circle overpass. We'll go here to the other side so you can see it going away shot. Since he's on track 1, I'm thinking he might be meeting somebody here at Romney, just south of here. pop up back over here to the S-curve side. And since he's slowing down, I'm feel fairly confident that he's probably going to stop down at Romney. So we'll scoot down that way and see if we can't catch a meet. Might look for that video later on. Shooting this video with my new iPhone 17 Pro. In fact, this is, well, I think this will probably be the second video that I've actually shot. But it's the first one I've shot using the DJI wireless mic that I have. Interesting to see how it comes out. I hope the audio is good for you. Yeah, he's going to stop, so he's meeting somebody. I think I heard on the scanner that there was a 502 coming. So he's probably meeting M502 here at Romney. As soon as he reaches a stop, I'm probably going to jump in the car and go on down and see if I can catch the meet. It may be a separate video, or I may tag it onto this one. Well, folks, here we are at New Salem Circle, as I said in the intro here, and I'm trying a new feature on the iPhone 17, which is basically a picture-in-a-picture. But we got B424 heading north. That will be meeting CSX M513 here at Nortonville, Kentucky. Must be a combined train because the front end looks like coal. We'll be able to tell as soon as it gets up here a little bit whether the back end's got something different on it. Trying to move that thing around. They've been doing a lot of combined trains on the CSX here lately. I don't know whether it's just because of a shortage of crews or whether it's more economically feasible for the railroad. I have noticed that I can't, no, that's it. I don't know why they're calling it the B424. Maybe B424 is behind him and that's just an empty coal train. I'm not sure, folks. But either way, now M513 is heading on south. He's running with one locomotive today. Not sure if he's got something on the rear or not. Whether he's running with a DPU couldn't tell because he stopped before he got down here to where I could tell whether there was a DPU or not. For those that you don't know, a DPU is a distributive power unit, which couples to the front end of it couples to the engine on the lead end, and it can be controlled from anywhere in the train. Doing some zooming here now, as you can tell. I wish Apple had given us a way to turn off this picture-in-a-picture in the middle of a video, but it doesn't seem like it has. I can move it around, but once I start the video, it's locked in place. We'll zoom back. Actually, that's zooming in. Let me get over here where I can stabilize this. This is a 23 times zoom on the new iPhone 17. Now, most of this is a digital zoom, but all the way out to about here, which is 8x, is an optical zoom. And then you can go out to 24x on digital. Before you could only do a 4x zoom, or 5x, I can't remember which, on the 16. And then you could only go out to 15x on the digital zoom. I really like the features that they have here better than what they had on the 16. Watching my footing here. Got a ditch right here where I'm at, this crossing. So no DPU on this train. Interesting. It must be a mostly empty train. Anyway, folks, there you have it. CSX 424 meeting M513 at Nortonville, Kentucky. Greetings, folks. Now we're down here at Crofton, Kentucky, where members of the West Kentucky chapter of the NRHS is gathering for our annual get-together here down in Crofton. They built a platform here specifically for train watching, but not only for train watching. They also host other events here as well. So today we're gathering here to watch trains. And M217 just happens to be the first one that I'm catching here at Crofton. The only other person here is so far is Ricky Bivens, good friend, fellow member. This video also at Morton's Gap of this train, video of this train at Morton's Gap. I was on my way down here when I caught it. It's pretty empty, and it's a short train. These cars are headed to Louisville, Kentucky. They'll pick up automobiles. folks, here we are again, trackside at Crofton, Kentucky, where we're having an outing by the West Kentucky chapter of the NRHS. And we got the CSX L391, the local, short local too. Heading north at Crofton, Kentucky on the CSX Henderson Subdivision. This is a platform that was built by the city of Crofton in conjunction with our chapter, and we're having an outing here today. All right, folks, here we are again, trackside from Crofton, Kentucky. We got a CSX 195, we think, I-195 coming south, and we're still at our rail fan trackside thing, and we got our young rail fans here, as well as some of the older folks such as myself, and he's pulling hard. I-195 is one of the 4 intermodals that run up and down the Henderson Subdivision. Actually, 6. There's 194, I'm sorry, 195 and 196, 25 and 26, and 128 and 129, all running up and down the Henderson Subdivision. Take y'all up on the platform here where we designed with rail fans in mind. And while it's not here yet, our chapter plans on putting a speaker in, or the scanner, so people can listen to trains up here on the platform as well. So if you're rail fanning the Henderson Subdivision and you're around Crofton, pay the platform a visit. It's right across the street from the Dutch Oven, which is an excellent place to eat here in Crofton. And as you can tell, the platform is also lit, so you can have lights out here if you want to do a little bit of night rail fanning as well. And there's multiple places here in Crofton to eat, not just the Dutch Oven. There's a place down the road here called the Taste Buds. which serves an excellent breakfast. And then there's a large Amish community here, and they have several groceries that also make excellent sandwiches. And of course there's a couple of convenience stores here in town, and there's a Mexican restaurant. So a lot of good places to eat here in Crofton while you're out rail fanning. If you're looking for satisfying your hunger. .129, pretty long today. Pop back down here and see if we can't get a longer shot. I love these long shots, and the new iPhone 17 Pro does an excellent job with the zoom and the panning. It has up to I think it's a 5 or an 8 times zoom on the optical side, and it'll go out to 48 or 24, 24 on the digital side, which still does a pretty good job. A little bit pixelated though, because it's not optical, as you can see from the video here. But if you only go out to about 6 or 8 or 10, the quality is not bad at all for a phone. Well, here you go, folks. Tail end of CSX I-129 as it heads south on the CSX Henderson Subdivision from Crofton, Kentucky.